Hi, welcome to our math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on linear representations. This one I have a table of values, and the first thing it says is find a linear model for the data. So here's my challenge is my data isn't going up by 1, it's going up by a half. When we find a model, what we're really doing is we're trying to find out where the data starts. So it starts when the input, this is my input, this is my output, and I want to know what the output is when the input has no effect on it. So what is the output when the input's 0? And I have to make sure I use the variables that I'm giving. So h equals 45. If the input has no effect on the output, then h is equal to 45. Now, when the input does affect it, every one step of the input, I need to go up a full 1. From here to here, this is my plus 1, the output goes down by 10. And if I look here, negative 1 to 1, this is also plus 1. And if I go 55 to 45, that's also a negative 10. That tells me every time the input goes up a solid 1, because that's what I care about. The input going up by 1, the output goes down by 10. So it goes down by 10 every time the input goes up by 1. Okay, so there's my model. I could have written h equals negative 10m plus 45. All right, now it says use the model to complete the table. Well, if every one it's going down by 10, that means every half we're going down by 5. So I have a 30, a 25, 20, 15, and 10. Okay, now it says graph the model. So in my graph, let's see, I'm just going to graph the first point, this negative 155, and my bottom point, 3.510. Maybe I'll do 315. Then I get nice grid points. I just need 2 points. When you're graphing, the thing to remember when you're graphing is this, and this goes for if you're graphing by hand or if you're graphing on an online homework system or anything. You don't need to graph all the points. You don't. What you do need to do is you need to graph 2 points, and if you're doing it by hand, the further away the points are, the more accurate your graph is going to be. If you have 2 points that are really close together, it's really easy for your ruler to be wibbly and wobbly and not be accurate. All right, but the further apart they are, the more accurate the overall graph is going to be. And the second thing is use a ruler. Use a straight edge. Straight edges are awesome. They're cheap. They're easy to carry around. And the last thing is arrows. Lines are infinite. If we don't know what this information is modeling, it is imperative that we use arrows to denote the fact that a line infinitely goes in both directions. Now, if this was a story problem, we might have a domain issue where we would have to restrict the domain. But there isn't a story problem here. We just have a data set. So we need to use the arrows to show that the line goes infinitely in both directions. So straight edge, arrows. These are very important. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.